Hey everybody, welcome. My name's Chris, and this is the Daily Reflections with Chris, where Chris, use this book called The Daily Reflections as a topic to share my experience, strength, and hope with you guys. Okay, so everybody, I'm Chris. Today's February. It's February 26th today. Do you ever wake up and it's like, oh my God, I just want to do everything. Today's that day. It took me a while to wake up, but man, once I was up, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make my video. I'm going to go to meditation. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to do here. I'm going to go down. I'm going to meet with somebody. And I think like, Chris, slow down. But man, I have such, I'm just, I haven't been able to breathe this easy in a very long time. No, I didn't win the lottery. No, I didn't get a promotion. No, I don't have a girlfriend. No, none of that. It's just something's happening. So we'll get started. Today's February the 26th. No ordinary success story. AA is no success story in the ordinary sense of the word. It is a story of suffering transmuted under grace into spiritual progress. That's from, as Bill sees it, page 35. Upon entering AA, I listened to others talk about the reality of their drinking, loneliness, terror, and pain. As I listened further, I soon heard a description of a very different kind, the reality of sobriety. It is a reality of freedom and happiness, of purpose and direction, and of serenity and peace with God, ourselves, and others. By attending meetings, I am reintroduced to that reality over and over. I see it in the eyes and hear it in the voices of those around me. By working the program, I find the direction and strength with which to make it mine. The joy of AA is that this new reality is available to me. Man. So much I want to talk about. Very good, man. Very good reading. I think it's apropos. Today is February 26, 2023. And I'm just saying it just because, this book doesn't have years. It just has dates. So today is February 26th. And I say 2023 because it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday today. And today I woke up feeling like exactly what they're talking about right here. Happiness, purpose, direction, serenity, and peace with God, with me, right? And with those around me. This morning I woke up thinking like, why is it so hard for me to forgive myself, right? For the things that I do, for the things that I've done. Why is it hard for me to forgive myself? And when I first came in, I heard the story, and I heard the stories, and I heard the stories, and I heard the stories, and I heard the stories. And I could really relate to that. The loneliness, the terror, and pain, right? And because I was so close to it, I just came in from my last drunk, and nothing made sense, right? But I knew that I needed something, and I've been here before. I'd been to AA before, so I went to AA because I knew that's where I've gotten it before, and that's where I've seen other people get it. So that's where I went. You know, folks, a miracle, sobriety, it's easy to get, but it's hard to keep. Why do you say that, Chris? Why is it so hard? I'm not saying it's hard because I'm trying to discourage you or trying to say, hey, don't do it. I'm saying it's hard because it is sometimes. It is that you're 5 years sober and you're thinking, man, I should know better. And you're still doing the same things. That's hard, right? That's tough. I've heard people say it over and over and over again. 20 years sober, 30 years sober, 10 years sober, 5 years sober, two, and they've still been doing the same things that they were doing when they were drinking and drugging, chasing that high. You know, but I come into the rooms of AA and I see people that already been there, and they say, yeah, man, I'm 3 years sober and I'm doing the same stuff, and it doesn't feel good. It's like, Okay, and then I watch them, and I watch them, and I watch them, and they get better, and they get better. And then I go say, what did you do? What did you do? Because I saw you go from this to this. What did you do? And they said, well, I got honest, man. I got honest. And the truth is, I can't forgive myself. I'm like, whoa. That's major. That's traumatic. That's terror, right? And pain, what they're talking about here. And I was like, damn. All right, man. Well, glad you're here, man. I'm so glad you're here. God, I'm so glad you're here. Because that must be horrible, I thought. I would think like, wow, that must feel crazy. And in these past couple of days, just really, really getting honest. It's like, I can't forgive myself. And now I feel the terror, and now I feel the pain. And I say, man, whoa, this guy was going through some stuff. What do I do? AA is not a religious program, but it is a spiritual program. And they taught me this prayer called the Our Father. I didn't know it when I didn't know any prayers when I first got to AA. And I swore I knew about God, right? I swore I knew everything about God. And I didn't even know how to pray. And they taught me a few prayers, but I had never heard of the Serenity Prayer until I got to AA. But the Our Father, I kind of knew it, right? But I was still like the echo in the room. Because it would say, Our, and I would say, Our, and I would say, Father, who art in heaven, Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name, hallowed be your name. I would mimic them because I didn't know this prayer until I could memorize it, right? But today I woke up and I was like, man, I need to get past this. I need to find forgiveness for myself. I messed up. I know I did. And I asked for, I asked for forgiveness, and I'm trying to make it right. By not doing the same things over and over, but I'm still hurt by that pain I caused myself. And I think, Chris, come on, you can't let it go. And the first thing I thought about when I said let it go was the Our Father, the prayer. And I started praying it. And I said, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Man, I started thinking, yes, there's a solution. That I would find the forgiveness in myself. Forgive me as I have forgiven those, as they have forgiven me. And, they came to mind another little prayer. It's not a prayer per se, but it's something that I say. And I said it a million times, and I haven't had to say it in a while, but today I said it. It says, God, forgive me for what I've done. I hope that they can also forgive me. And help me to forgive myself. Self-forgiveness is... It's also talked about in the St. Francis of Assisi prayer, in case you're wondering. Sunday, we're talking about prayers, right? So why is it that somebody like me has to go through so much pain before they'll before they even want to tap into a solution, before they even try to be honest about what's going on, before they even try to make things right, before they're even praying, lead me not into temptation. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. Because for somebody like me, it just does. It's like a riddle. It's like something that's like nobody can even understand. I wish I could raise my bottom on a lot of these things. I wish I could just be like, oh, I'm in awareness. Let me not do that. Let me pray about it. Let me get honest. What's really going on here? Every single time. I can't. And for me to pressure myself to be able to is crazy. I'm still learning. I will always still be learning. And I'm okay with that. And you know what else I've heard? Not everybody will be okay. Some people will leave. I will lose things. But I will survive. I'll make it through. Heck, might just mess around and start thriving myself. I might just mess around and start getting this stuff. I might just mess around and find peace and happiness and joy through all this. I might just mess around and have something that I could offer to somebody else today. Like a newcomer, like somebody struggling, like somebody in the same situation where they keep screwing up and they can't seem to get it right. And people keep leaving and they keep hurting themselves by their actions and their thoughts and their words. You know, I was talking to one of my buddies at my home group, and he's like, what do you want to talk to me about? I said, man, you know, I really screwed up on Saturday. And he thought I was talking about something else. But anyway, he gave me some good advice about some other stuff that I need to just cool it down on. Or try to. I mean, I didn't really agree with what he said, but, you know, it's something I'll look at it. I'll take it into consideration next time I feel that way, right? But one thing he said, besides, you know, he's just trying to help me. That's all. I take it like that. I don't take it as he's trying to, like, tell me what to do. So he also said something else too that kind of got my attention. He said, you know, Chris, sometimes when you really need to talk about this stuff, okay, you blew up, you messed up, you screwed up, you said things you didn't want to say. You said things that you didn't know how to say. You said things that look bad, and now you're in some shit, right? It's like, okay. He said, but look, next time, when you feel that way, even after you've messed up, we don't care if you messed up, we don't care, we want you here. But may I suggest that you just grab somebody, anybody, he says, grab anybody in the group and pull them outside and say, man, I really need to talk. I said, okay. And he says, sometimes, he goes, it doesn't matter, because sometimes maybe your sponsor's busy. Maybe the old timer with 30 years is not here. He goes, we never know. He says, but sometimes a newcomer will help you more than the old timer. And I said, what? He's like, yeah, because they don't care. I was like, huh. So yesterday I went to a different meeting only because I had so much time on my hands, and I saw this newcomer, and he's like, and we're just sitting there talking, and he's like, man, how you feeling? And I said, what? And he says, yeah, man, you've been coming in here talking about you got yourself into some shit at work. And I said, yeah, I did, man. I lost it. And he says, Chris, man, I've done that. I've done that so many times. And I said, you haven't? This is a newcomer. I said, you haven't? He says, yeah. And he's like, man, you would. He's like, let me tell you what I did. And he told me a story, and I was like, whoa, if I would have done that at my work, I would have been completely fired. Trust me. Does that minimize what I did? No. But did that help me get through it? Yes, it helped me get through it. And it says, yeah, you fucked up, but guess what? You could have fucked up worse, and you're getting better. You're getting so much better, Chris. Just the fact that you even care right now says that you're getting better, he said, because you know what? Truth is, I didn't care. I didn't care how that guy felt. I didn't care how that woman felt. I didn't care how that person felt. He said, I didn't care about anything. I just cared about me making money, because I'm trying to get high. I'm trying to get drunk. I'm trying to support my family. He says, and I don't care how they feel. And I heard a lot of people, he said. He said, but the fact that you care like you do says that something's changing. You're changing, Chris. You're becoming a better person. And you know what? He says they might not see it, but I see it. It makes you better. Man, I felt like, wow. This fucking dude, he's smart. He's full of wisdom. And he's like 6 months sober. Quantity has nothing to do with it. I believe that. I've been believing it. And just so much stuff, you know. Can't remember everything all at once. I tried to, though. So he had a lot of quality stuff to share with me, and I listened, and I said, man, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. That really helped. It really did. So by working the program, it says here, the suggestions that my buddy gave me, finding a newcomer to talk to, going to meetings, working the steps, getting honest, right? You know, when I come into this program, there's this one chapter, it's chapter 5, and it's called, in the big book, It's called How It Works. It says, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are those who cannot or will not be completely honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. And there are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Many of us disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you want what we have and are willing to go to any lengths to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. Right? And it goes on and on. But the whole first couple of paragraphs talks about honesty and our willingness to be honest, our capability to be honest. See, the truth, that I can be honest. Am I always willing? No. Can I always do it? No. And you know what hurts? It's not that it's my dishonesty to other people. It's my dishonesty to myself. When I come in as a newcomer, they gave me this chip. The very first chip they ever gave me was a newcomer chip. The desire chip. And in the back of that desire chip, it says, to thine own self be true. That means I could bullshit everybody around me. Everybody. My roommate, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my aunts and my uncles, everybody. But I can't bullshit myself. The only way I bullshit myself is by not looking at my stuff and not getting honest with myself. Get honest, like really honest. Get honest, Chris. This is your life. What do you want? What don't you want? Who you love? There's so many things. The joy of AA is this new reality that is available to me. I'm so grateful today. I'm so grateful to be sober. I'm so grateful to not be drunk. I'm so grateful to not have a hangover. I'm so grateful that I didn't spend $300 trying to get high last night. I'm so grateful that God's dealing with me. My heart, my mind, my soul, my body, my spirit, everything. My God. He's turning me inside out and flipping me all the way around, turning me into somebody I've always wanted to be. And folks, before I got here, I didn't know that I could have it. I didn't know it was available to me. I knew there was a God, and I watched him work in all the lives of other people. How they were coming out, they were getting better, they were doing things. They were succeeding. They were not having to do drugs to feel different. And I thought, man, God, I see you, man. I see you working in the lives of other people. But I never thought he would do that for me. And it wasn't until I came into AA they said, this is for you too, man. If you want what we have, we're going to do whatever it takes. Like, okay, I want it. What do I got to do? I was so desperate when I came in here. I would have done anything. God. Life is good, man. Life is good. If you're out there struggling, if you're out there thinking like you feel alone, nobody understands you, nobody loves you, just know that you're not alone. I'm right here with you. I've been there too. I might could help you. Maybe somebody else could help you. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. Just go to one meeting. It's all right. It's okay. You don't gotta introduce yourself. You ain't gotta tell nobody why you're there if you don't want. Just go there and sit there. Observe. An open meeting, okay? You might get thrown out of a closed meeting if you're not there to be sober, but an open meeting, you can go, not thrown out, just asked to leave. There's ways to get around it, right? But preferably an open meeting. That you just go check it out. I mean, man, curiosity might just help you. Hell, it might just help you for in case somebody you know needs help. Maybe you're not alcoholic. Maybe you're somebody who's dealing with an alcoholic. Maybe you're somebody who just, is going to school, wants to know more about alcoholism. We have those people that come into the meetings too once in a while, right? Open meetings, and everybody's welcome. You'd be amazed what you find. It's pretty interesting. It's hard to watch sometimes, but it's great to live most of the time. It's great to live. There's help out there for you folks if you really want it. I know sometimes I myself banged in a lot of different churches, and something just wasn't right. It didn't click. Sometimes I was asked to leave. Come on, let's get real here. I was a lesbian at one time, and it wasn't okay. So yeah, churches asked me to leave. Sister too, right? But so if it's happening to you, I know it can happen. It's happened to me. There's other things there's so many churches out there. You could probably try one church every single day of the year. Especially if you're in a big city, well, like Austin has all kinds of churches. Maybe your little community doesn't, but look around, ask your pastor, talk to your pastor about what's going on. Maybe they can lead you in the right direction. These people know a lot of people, and that's how Bill got started. He called the church and he says, "Hey, you know any alcoholics out there who I could talk to?" And he says, "As a matter of fact, I do." And that guy, that clergyman, he knew because somebody else had come to him in private and says, Dr. Bob, he was a doctor. He was a famous doctor. He was a good doctor. And he had a lot of patients and he had a problem drinking. So his wife asked the pastor, "Can you do anything for my husband?" Well, he went to church and they prayed for him and they did all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's not like they didn't try, and it's like it doesn't work. It does work, right? But so when Bill calls this guy at the church, and he said, "As a matter of fact, I do know somebody." And he gave him Dr. Bob's number, and they started talking, and Dr. Bob says, "I'll give you 5 minutes." And they sat there talking for hours, right? Reach out. You'll find help. Church. I have nothing against the church. I love church. The church, therapy, your friends, AA. There's so many 12-step programs. The help is there, folks. I hope that if you're feeling like there is none, that you will find some, that you will seek and search, that you will search and find something, because it is out there. It's even more accessible now. You could just go on Facebook. You could Google something on your YouTube channel, like this video's on YouTube, so you can Google something like that. Maybe you want to know about the steps. There's you don't even have to read if you can't read, and that's okay. A lot of us, I couldn't read Spanish when I started, right? But I know how to read it now that I've been taught. And so anyway, if you can't read or you're nervous or whatever, maybe you don't have time to read. Maybe it's something you want to listen to on your way to work. You can. There's videos, there's podcasts. I mean, like, there's so much stuff out there. Is it going to be in your face the whole time? Like other ads, like mattresses or lawyers or doctors or chiropractors? No, it's not. It's anonymous. You have to go in there and search it out yourself. But you will find a ton of things about Alcoholics Anonymous, especially on YouTube. Well, folks, I love you. Thank you for spending your 24 minutes with me. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to go out there. There's so much more things that I want to do. I'm still going to try to get to this meeting, which I might be late to, but I'm still going to try to get to it because something tells me I need to be there. I don't know what it is. It's my gut. It's like, go, go, go. I don't care if you're late. I don't care if you're late. Go, 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 go. I don't care if you're late. So here I go. I'm going to go. And if you're not in Austin, look me up. My name's Chris. Home group, Grupo Montopolis, 4410 Norwood Street, Austin, Texas. And if you look us up, you can find out the hours, okay? We'll be there today. Today is Sunday. Sunday we'll be there at 7:30 to 9:30. And I'm working on getting a noon meeting, but I'll give you more information on that and when it comes. But for now, I just want to thank you all. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing me support. Thank you for not holding it against me that somebody with this much time could come in here and be totally messed up for a whole week. But you know, something that my pastor always says that I love that she says, and I'm going to prophesy that today over myself. She says, my comeback game is strong. So I'm going to prophesy that to myself today, that my comeback game is strong. And yeah, man, I messed up. Yeah, I did what they said. They didn't. Yeah, it's true. I did what they said. But I'm not that person anymore. I'm so grateful for what Alcoholics Anonymous, the church, God, for what it's all done in my life. So thank you, folks. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.